What's up, everyone? Welcome to Thunderpulse Gaming. I am here with Thunder.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm the other guy.
He's the other guy. I don't know why we opted on doing a podcast without gameplay, but hey, why not? I think it's probably a good idea we do this because we're actually going to be talking about 3 topics this time around. We're not just talking about one. To break it down, we are talking about the, first off, we have something in relation with Toys R Us, which seems kind of weird because apparently they have decided to cancel their bankruptcy.
Oh,
the second topic
I get to
is
go buy
going
my
to be
Yu-Gi-Oh
about the
cards.
crossplay in with PlayStation and the whole mismatch of how they're finally allowing crossplay on games such as Fortnite and maybe some other titles that we might see in the future. And the third one, which is probably going to be a big one, I don't know how much information's out there, but possibly a new Nintendo Switch coming in 2019 or 2020. So if you want to start it off with the Toys R Us thing, go right ahead.
Woo! So, Toys R Us went out of business, what? I want to say, 2-3 months ago?
I think it was like last year. I know it was
it
like
wasn't last
2017.
year. No, it wasn't last year. It was towards the beginning of this year, was it not?
No, what I know is they filed bankruptcy in 2017, but they never actually went out of business.
That's right. Production, 2017.
Yep, Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 2017.
Yeah, you're right.
And since then, they pretty much have decided that they were selling all their stores. And basically, pretty much, the likelihood of people thinking that Toys R Us was going to come back, it was looking pretty bad for them. Like, I don't think they were going to make a return, but apparently, I guess they still have their brand and they still have a lot of things that they still own under the brand name of Toys R Us, that it's still a pretty strong brand, and that they are right now looking to try to make a return.
So
I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but
let me tell you.
What do you think about that?
Let me tell you this. There's a simpler company that went through the same thing. Okay? The company was called Gander Mountain. I don't know if you guys don't have anything around where you're at. It's basically a fishing store. And they went out of business the same format as Toys R Us did. But then they came back under a different name called Gander Outdoors. And they're open and they're still owned by the same people.
Right.
So I want to say I hope it comes back because I get some of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon cards there because Walmart and Meijer don't have certain things I'm looking for.
You're only wanting them back for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. But no, I mean, in all honesty, I hope they come back, mostly just because it was such like an iconic thing in the 90s. It's like, but the thing is, can they come back? Like, they say that they want to make a return, but is that return going to work? Because you're looking at something that they're going to have to compete with things like Amazon. You think they're going to compete with, things like other retailers like Walmart and Target. And the problem with that is that they still have exclusive stuff for Toys R Us, and I'm curious to see if they are going to have to come back slowly. But yeah, like they definitely still got a big brand name, but they just unfortunately had a tough time keeping themselves afloat.
Dude, as being alive, man, right from 91 to now, I've seen a lot of stores go out of business. I could name you some stores that I used to go to with my mom and dad all the time. There was a store called Media Replay, Media Play. It was like a gaming store, like GameStop and all that.
I think I remember
that. Went out in like 05 and 06. Then Circuit City was like Best Buy, kind of.
Yep. I remember Circuit
Those
City.
Two went.
I've seen many videos.
Now, Toys R Us hit me hard when they went out of business. Because that was the place to get your toys. I mean,
generally,
well,
I
mean, it would, if you wanted a toy store that just had toys, not a grocery store, that's where we would go. My mom and dad would always be like, all right, if you're good in the store, we'll go to Toys R Us and get you a toy. You know?
Oh, yeah, those were the days. I remember that. But, yeah, I'm interested. So there are reports on this article from Wall Street Journal, but unfortunately, I can't read the whole story due to the fact that they want me to subscribe to their newsletter in order to read it, and I don't want to subscribe to the Wall Street Journal
do it for the video double. Do it. No, I'm just kidding.
It doesn't. I don't think it costs money, but it's still kind of just like pointless. They want you to subscribe to their so-called story. I wonder what happens if I did click it though. Yeah. It's. Oh wow. Never mind. It's not free. It's. Wow.
How much is it?
That's kind of lame. It actually costs money.
How much money?
But yeah. I mean, in the.
How much money?
Not, it's like what, $12 for 12 weeks. It's not too bad, but still, I'm not gonna do that.
Netflix is cheaper than that.
But generally, yeah, with the whole thing regarding with the Toys R Us.
So was this all a hoax then? Was this just to play with our hearts a little bit?
I don't know. Like, what I'm curious about is if they cancel their bankruptcy. I'm like, how does that work? Do they still owe the money that they went to bankrupt? That they were gonna call for bankruptcy?
I have no idea how that works. I never owned a business.
Because they were already in. I think they were in $1 billion of debt. I don't know how many. I don't know how much money they were in debt, but they were in a lot of debt. And I think the issue is that they do come back, they really need to find a way to make themselves competitive, because if they have like an online store and they decide to do something where
they probably should do an online store as well.
They have to match up with the Amazon 2-day shipping. They have to do something that's going to keep people from coming in. Like they did price matching, but they barely ever talked about it. The other thing too that I've been also kind of curious to know is, I think a thing with the way that they could probably maybe come back is if they have the store, if they change the whole theme of the store, not like I'm talking about like actually making it something enjoyable to go into. Like when you go into a store, it looks like a store. What if Toys R Us did something like they almost had like a playground in there or some shit like that? I don't
Dude, it's not McDonald's, bro.
It's not McDonald's, but how are you going to compete? How are you going to compete with other places that have toys? I don't know.
Because I don't own a business. I don't
own a business either. I don't own a business either, so I wouldn't know.
I'm just saying, though, like, they're pulling the same stunt that this other store pulled.
That would be interesting. That would be very interesting to see if it just comes back and stores start opening up. I remember another store that went out was Blockbuster. Blockbuster is still technically around.
Yeah,
they've got like 1 or 2 stores left.
So we moving articles now. What are we moving to?
Huh? So
next topic.
When we come down to it, one of the other things that we have else to talk about is the PlayStation crossplay whole thing that's going on with that. Because don't you think we won? We fucking won!
Yes, right? We did, man.
So, basically, what I'm reading here from IGN is that developers apparently are weighing in on the PlayStation 4 crossplay. And I really think that at this point, it was almost kind of like damage control. I think, honestly, that they got so much backlash that they had to do something. But, because, Sony was always like, oh, we can't do crossplay. Well, Sony's the best PlayStation, the best place to play your game.
That's the only reason why. I mean, I get where they're coming from, because they want their customers to stay with them instead of, cross-playing on Xbox PC.
Right.
I get where they were coming from.
Well, I remember there was a statement by Microsoft, and it's listed here. It says, "We believe giving gamers the opportunity to play the games they want with people they want, whether it means working with partners, the cross network, and other stuff like that, and how they're supportive." And they didn't have anything to share with that at the time. What's interesting is there was a lot of talk about how, over the years, Rocket League tried to do it. They tried to bring.
Well, they did it with Rocket League with PC.
Minecraft and freaking Fortnite were the biggest 3 ones. I would like to see other games come with crossplay. I think I'm kind of
curious how Call of Duty would work in crossplay, man.
Call of Duty would be very, very interesting.
Because the zombies portion of it would be dope. Playing with someone on Xbox or freaking PC.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that definitely working.
Multiplayer, I think PC players would have the
Hearthstone's definitely has some good crossplay experiences. Apparently though, Fallout 76 is still not certain about the crossplay happening on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox. Fallout 76 is going to be look like. I don't know if you're interested in Fallout 76.
Dude, I haven't played any Fallout game. I have to play the whole series.
Yeah. I didn't think so. Yeah, like I'm trying to figure out what else there was to talk about, but I think basically Sony is just pretty much kind of biting the bullet, and they kind of feel like they have to. They have to do it. And the fact that it's in beta now, I'm curious to see what's going on. Actually, there is a link on the Sony's website where they pretty much talk about that it was through an update. And I think a lot.
To be perfectly honest, I don't really care for crossplay. I mean, I understand why it's important, but I don't play with other people on different consoles. If I'm going to play on PC, I'm going to play on PC. If I'm going to play on PlayStation, I'm going to play on PlayStation. I would get an Xbox to play on Xbox, but I don't feel like paying the extra online service fee to play on Xbox.
Right, and I mean, I think that's really, in that sense, is the reason why crossplay is so good is those. Because if you do have the option to do that, you don't have to buy an Xbox.
But let me put it to your perspective, though. Let me say this. Get the console your friends are on, and you wouldn't have to worry about crossplay.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
yes,
true.
If you do move to Xbox, yes, it would be nice to transfer your character over and stuff like that. Okay, that's understandable. I get that. But if you're gonna play, just play where your friends are at.
My biggest issue for me was I had friends that I always would play on with the PC and on the console, and where that gets frustrating is when I have to go out and buy 2 copies of the game and to pretty much spend like twice the money to play that game. So it's unfortunate that
to me it wouldn't be worth it. To me, it wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah, no. It normally, normally be either for me, and I don't normally do that. But like, I have done that for some games. And the great thing is, if say crossplay opens up to pretty much almost every single game, which I doubt it will. Let's be 100% real. I think the only reason why crossplay works the way it does now is because a lot of the games that do run it have a third party account system that they go through that makes it work. But like, for instance, had we not had to worry about that, then I most likely probably wouldn't have to buy another copy of the game on PC. But overall, I mean, I guess it's good news for people that really want to get into it. I really just think that Sony is kind of just damage controlling right now because of the backlash they got. and now they're making it sound like, oh, well, we
we better do it
support
before we
crossplay.
lose all our players.
Right. I mean, I don't think they will, because they're still top dog. But like, I mean, they have so many exclusives right now that they don't need to worry about people going over to Xbox to play some games and, you know, not own a PS and sell their PS4s. But like, anybody who wants to play those good PS4 exclusives, gotta have a PS4.
Right, and you can also play
yeah.
Xbox games on PC. If you had a Windows 10 PC, you go to their Microsoft store and buy their games there and play them there.
There's only the thing with that, though, is there's only an exception to the rule. There's only some games that allow it, and not all games allow it. There are ones that let you play on any platform, and then they have ones
that is a good idea, because then I would never have to get an Xbox. I could just get it on PC, even though I suck with mouse and keyboard, so why would I get it on PC?
Some of the games... Well, the great thing about that, though, is with these games now, you can just plug a controller in, so I don't think that's an issue.
Right, yeah, but, that is true.
Yeah. But, yeah. The other crazy topic, which I wish I had more details to share on this one, mainly because I watched a video from Review Tech USA talking about this, and I guess he got some sort of email from an anonymous source talking about every single feature that's coming to the new Nintendo Switch. It's nothing like over dramatic. I can probably mention some of them. They're talking about possibly like a new chipset to make the Nintendo Switch, comparable with the base model of the PlayStation 4.
But that's normal for every console. They're gonna have variants of their console,
Yeah. And I mean, I find it kind of annoying that they're putting it out, but I kind of understand why, because with the Nintendo Switch, it's not really that powerful, and that I know as much as you probably don't want this to happen anytime soon, but when the PlayStation 5 and new Xbox
okay. For the record, I am going to wait to get a PS5. I am not going to buy it on launch day. I had a bad experience with the PS4 on the first time it came out. Never again.
Never again.
I'm going to wait till they come out with their second version of the console, and then I will get it.
I honestly kind of agree with you. It's because what I'm hoping, now this isn't necessarily the talk of the Nintendo Switch. We'll get into that here in a second. But what I'm hoping, if they do the PS5, they obviously have to do the backwards compatibility. But my other issue is that, there would still be no reason to upgrade. It would be like that cross-generation. Like, you remember with the PS3 and PS4, they sort of had that, that mid-generation cycle where it's like all the games that were releasing for the PS4 also came to the PS3.
Well, but if you looked at it, though, the PS3, they downgrade the graphics like crazy.
Yeah.
For an example, with the Call of Duty Black Ops 3, you could only play a multiplayer.
I do remember that, right?
It was
cut out the campaign.
Yeah, they cut out the campaign, and it was multiplayer and zombies, but you only get the one zombie map. You couldn't get the DLC for it.
Oh my god!
So they made it to where, they made it to where you had to go to the PS4 to get the full game.
Right. But what was the main mistake? Let me ask you this: what was the main mistake that you made with the PS4?
Not buying
when you
it
bought the new PS4?
Dude, I am not. The reason.
Did you buy it at launch? Is that what happened?
Well, no, I bought it. I bought it in a year after launch, and I bought it. No, listen, I bought it on Amazon, and as soon as I plugged the son of a bitch in, it sounded like a damn vacuum cleaner. I said, "Screw this." I was gonna try to fix it, but I was putting way too much money into it trying to fix it. Couldn't fix it, so I said, "You know what? Let's just smash it for video." Thanks, PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a good time. Yeah, I remember that one.
And this is only my second PS4 too, so that's pretty good.
I thought it was due to the fact that there was lack of games on it. I had no idea it was just because of the vacuum cleaner. But then again, back then the game library wasn't as big, and that's kind of another reason why I recommend holding off on like new generation consoles. Is because if you're really looking to buy the fucking PS4 at launch, you're gonna have a very limited library to play. But with that being said, we should probably get into the topic of the Nintendo Switch.
Sure thing, buddy. I haven't got a Switch yet because I'm getting the Let's Go Eevee Switch bundle.
Are you?
Hell yeah, dude.
Wait, I didn't even know that was a thing. I had no fucking clue that was a
Hell
thing.
yeah, dude. I'm glad I waited.
Now
my Switch is going to be different than yours and my two brothers. So,
Well, that's the thing with the Switch, too. It's like, I like the Switch. I think that it's a good console, but I do feel like there's a lot of shortcomings that it has right now. Mainly just because it feels like the system is... It feels like the system is very bare bones. Very much like a beta console. And what's interesting is some of the things that I was hearing when I was watching the video that Review Tech USA did on the Nintendo Switch for the new model is that this new model was actually being developed at the same time as the Nintendo Switch that currently is out at the same time.
Well, then why didn't they bring that out?
Because they were testing the waters to see if it was something that people wanted, and it wasn't necessarily something that they had fully finished yet.
Dude, it's like a big ass 3DS that is freaking a tablet format. Like, who would not want it? Way.
Well, mainly just due to the fact that it was because they just got back. They just kind of recovered from like the worst console launch that they've ever had, which was the Wii U. So like the Wii U had its all issues.
The Wii U wasn't a bad console.
But it failed. It failed miserably in sales.
Well, not really. I mean, a lot of people I've known own it. I mean, a lot of good titles came out now. I'll give it that. Like, it almost seemed like it was a prototype to the Nintendo Switch, if you think about it.
I agree. I agree with that. I do think so, and I also think that's why it failed. I think it was because it wasn't fully ready. I think it was like it's one of those things where they had the vision to make this make a console that was on a tablet that was, you could swap back and forth, but they just didn't have the resources to do it. And now with the Switch, they have the resources to do it. But the problem being is the chipset that they had access to, being the Tegra one, NVIDIA one, end up not being powerful enough to, compete with the PlayStation 4. So what they want to do with a possibly new revision coming out in 2020 or 2019 is they are thinking about
the second half of 2019.
Right.
So the last 6 months.
Yeah. It says that the system will likely share many features with the current version and be compatible existing Switch game software, meaning that the company isn't considering any functionality changes. However, that could change, and it was suggested that what new hardware and software features should be included in the upgrade. They're thinking about a better LCD screen, making it thinner and more energy efficient, probably increasing the battery life in that as well. What I find interesting enough is they are actually going to increase the memory card unit or the memory card space from like 32 gigabytes to probably higher. Yeah. So yeah, what do you think about that?
Think about what?
About like this whole upgrade in general with the Switch. How would you feel?
I see it coming because the PS4 and Xbox have upgraded consoles as well. So I had a feeling Nintendo was going to do a similar scenario. So
Right.
I'm kind of glad I hold off on the Switch, even though I'm going to get the Let's Go Eevee Switch. So
I think holding off on it was probably a good idea. I think your decision of holding off on a system is actually really, really smart. Because when you get a system at launch, you kind of, one, don't have a whole lot of games to play. Two, you're sort of kind of like, just like, you're really the guinea pig when you buy a console at launch.
Dude.
But
if I would done the PS4 buying again, I would have waited till the second version of the PS4.
If you would have got
a Pro. I would have went and got a Pro instead of the original PS4.
You would have just. My question to you though, is say if we went back in time and you got a Pro, what would have you been playing?
My PS3.
The PS3.
Hell yeah! I still got games on there. I gotta play it. I want to Let's Play it. I still have my PS3, man.
That's cool. Did I tell you? I don't even.
But my disc drive is shot on that, and I don't have the money to fix it. So if I want to download a game on there, then I have to pay money on there for it. But the only game I want to play on there is Borderlands 1. Get that done so I can play Borderlands 2 and pre-sequel on my PS4.
Yeah.
That's the only game that I want to Let's Play through.
Mm-hmm. That's understandable. Yeah, so some people were saying, though, like, if they do this whole new Nintendo Switch thing, that doing it a little bit too soon might feel like people are kind of cheated out a little bit.
When did this console come out? 2017, correct?
2017, literally, like, last year, which it's crazy.
Did it come out? It's been, like, almost 2 years, right? That's the norm.
That isn't... Sort of, I would say so.
Two and a half, 3 years is about the normal, because that's how the Pro came out in the Xbox One S came out, correct? 2 or 3 years apart.
I don't know. Yeah,
or was that mostly recent, or was that like 2016?
I thought it was. I thought it was 2016, but I could be wrong. I don't know when the Pro came out. I have no idea when the Pro came out. I don't remember. I know that the Xbox One X is sort of kind of like it's it came out relatively recent, but dude, time goes by so quick on the freaking internet.
You're telling me, bro, 3 years I'll be 30.
How many?
3 years I'll be 30. Well, 2
Holy
years now, because my birthday's in February, and here we're sitting in October. That's 4 months from now.
My God, I know. I'm fucking 26, dude. Man. But yeah, I think the Nintendo Switch thing, I have no pretty much problems with it. I also heard that if they did this, they would probably, there's talks that they would either do possibly two things. This isn't confirmed. These are more like theories, but it's possible that they could raise the price of the new one, drop the price of the older one.
They probably will drop, because the original PS4 has dropped in price tremendously now.
Right.
The Pro is like the price of the original PS4 when it came out, and then the original PS4 is like $299. Yep. I mean, I got this one for like $315 or $320.
I still have my original PS4, my OG, and and like you said, it sounds like a fucking vacuum cleaner.
Well, this one's doing it too, but I need to dust it out. Is what I need to do. But it's not as loud as the other one. It was just a constant.
Mm-hmm. Do you have the original? Like, do you have the Slim, or do you have the Pro?
I still have the original.
The original, okay.
And this is the one that I bought when you got GTA.
Damn, I know that was like a long.
That was when I was out in the garage while we were painting this room.
Oh my God, dude!
That's when I went. Times. Yeah, that's when I went and bought the PS4.
I forgot. This is off topic, but did you ever do like constant vlogs of the painting of the room thing?
Hell no, because my dad didn't want to be on camera.
I would have said if your parents were okay with that, that would have been a
The only reason they're not okay with it is because they're overweight, and I gotta respect their wishes. That's why you don't. The only people you will see in the videos are my two brothers. That's it.
It would have been interesting, like, in general, to have a vlogging series painting your room. and Eric would just basically ruin it. Oh, imagine if someone painted you.
Oh, dude, if I had my own house, I would definitely do videos like that.
Oh, yeah.
I would legitimately have a room for Thunder and Eric.
Dude, that would be
crazy. The walls would be red in the one room, and the walls would be blue in the other room. Or do it half and half.
Half and half would be actually kind of neat. Be cool because...
But I'm never going to afford
you could have...
Dude, I'm never going to afford a house. I'm going to be probably renting apartments for my whole life. So...
no, yeah, who knows? I mean, that's definitely something you got to work towards. But, yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with renting an apartment these days. But, I don't know. Did you want to close this video off? Was there anything you wanted to talk about else?
Sure, I think we're good, man. I mean, we'll see... When we get more news about this new Switch, we will definitely report on it, right?
Definitely. Go ahead and close the video off since I opened it up.
Oh, you're going to let me close it this time?
Yes, I am.
Nice. See, we're working partners now.
Yes, we are.
Alright, you guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you slap a like on it. And feel free to share it around with your friends. And also, be sure to check out the YouTubers because they desperately need to. As much as we do. And we'll see you guys in the next... What?
Video.
Gaming news topic video?
I don't know what it's going to be about. But, sayonara, people.
Wow, not goodbye? Okay, bye!
Bye!